What? Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Arcadia Roundtable Gaming Podcast. There's very little going on in the gaming world today, so we've got extra people on the panel just to try and pad it out, fill in the gaps, and make a show out of this. So, joining us for the first time for a very long time, actually, and we'll go straight to you. How you doing, Darge?
It's muted. Yeah, I'm all right. I'm all right, mate.
Need a microphone.
Yeah. No, it's just muted on thingy. But yeah, I'm all right, mate. I just when I took a little break away, I said I was juggling life, and still am. But it's quite a bit to talk about, isn't there? You know what I mean? I've been in a bit of a slump. We'll get talking about it, no doubt, at some point. But I've been in a bit of a gaming slump. But this time of the year always pricks the ears up, doesn't it? You know what I mean? You want to see what's happening. So, yeah.
Why? What's going on this time of year?
Well, it's showcases and bits and pieces, isn't there? So,
what?
Yeah, well, you know what there is. But we
no idea.
Asa's still in Elden Ring.
Yeah, still, yeah. But yeah, so I'd spoken to you a couple of times and I said, also, there's quite a significant launch happening in a couple of weeks. So I'm dusting off my gaming cobwebs, getting ready for DS2. But yeah, so happy to jump back in. It's good seeing you all again.
Nice one. So yeah, apparently there are some things to talk about. I may have been mistaken. Luke is apparently not sweaty. He's had his annual shower just before this show. Yeah. So that's pleasurable for everybody.
In 3 years.
Luke, how you doing?
Well, I'm a bit wet, but apart from that, I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good. There's a bit to talk about, isn't there? Maybe we can eke out, 60 minutes ish if we really try.
I mean, to be fair, I could do that just talking about Final Fantasy 2. It would be easy. Easy.
Yeah, we won't.
Not going
we won't
to.
Want
Don't
that,
worry, everyone. I'm not going to.
Yeah. No, but good to be here and good to have Darge back. Obviously. My Death Stranding brothers in arms.
Yeah, I guess that can come up in conversation at some point. And of course, we've got Gamzly, whose face is stuck.
I was just listening to Luke say he's wet, so I got all wet too. So anyways, I'm doing great, man. It's good to be on the panel again, and Darge is here saving lives and all that, and showing up is nice. So yeah, we got a lot of games to talk about. Let's just hop in. It's actually a nice day. You got me centered in the camera this time, which is interesting. But your connection is probably shit because I'm all blurry, so I don't know what's going on. But I still love you. Let's do it.
Are you sure?
No, I'm not.
This is good. I think you're fine. So, yeah, I mean, where do you want to start? Because normally we go through what we've been playing, but we have got an awful lot to get through today. And actually, we can probably do a little bit of a mix on that because one thing that a lot of us have been playing is the Switch 2. So shall we jump straight into talking about this week's console hardware release, some of the games that we've been playing on there, and then we'll take it into showcases after that. I reckon that's a good order of events. I'm going to start with Darge because I don't think he's got a Switch 2. Darge, how are you finding the Switch 2 so far?
Yeah, I'm finding it... some like it, some don't. I haven't got one yet. But yeah, I think the general consensus though, is when it's docked, it's fine. I think some people nitpick about the screen outside, like in the handheld mode, stuff like that. But I don't know. I'm going to get one.
Fine to just call me an arsehole. You're planning to get one at
No,
some point.
no. I'll get one because I said originally, like my son, like he likes Mario Wonder and stuff, and it's a new bit of kit in the house. Plus, he's got the light. It'd be better off on the big screen getting the docking one. So yeah, I will pick one up. I was never when it went fucking batshit crazy trying to get them at launch. I was never going to partake in that. So nah. And all I've played is just quickly on what we've been playing, just Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown, and that's it on the Steam Deck, which is actually all right. But that's all I've got to say about the Steam. You three, have at it with a Switch talk.
What we can do, but Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown, that's the roguelike Metroidvania kind of thing. I can't remember what it is. I didn't like it, I don't think.
It's a Metroid. Yeah, it's a bit slow to get going, but it has sort of got going. So, I'm quite enjoying it. It's no Ori, but yeah, it's all right, I suppose, for what it is. It was cheap enough as well. But literally, like I say, I haven't really been playing too much, so yeah, had a little dabble with that, and it's all right. But that is changing from today, and we'll talk about that in due course.
Yes, yeah, I was going to ask you directly then, but we'll wait. We'll wait until you're ready to talk about it. We've got a super chat from James, just James93, says, here he is. Pete's up, lads. Hi, Darge. Welcome back. Or welcome, Burger King. You can interpret it how you choose. But yeah, we're glad to have Darge back on talking to us. So, nice one. Luke, see, I know a little bit about how Gamzly's got along with his Switch too, because we've been talking on Discord and we played some games together last night as well. But you've been eerily quiet because you've been in the shower. Have you had a chance to play with the thing?
Yeah. I played. I played a bit last night, a couple of hours, and then I've played a bit more today. Although I've not played as much today because my wife has been sort of hogging it because she's taken this time to get into Tears of the Kingdom because she never played it originally. So. Still on it now, I think. So so I've been just watching a bit of that, but I have played like a good few hours of it. Yeah.
Give us some impressions. Tell us a bit more about it.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of hardware, the actual feel of it, it's really nice. It feels very premium compared to the Switch and even the Switch OLED. It's obviously a lot bigger. It's a lot sleeker, and the screen size is really significant compared. So it's nice. I think the big thing that struck me is it's nice to play Nintendo games on a big screen again, because before it wasn't. So it was really nice, like playing Mario Kart World, and everything looked good. It looks really nice on a big screen. I think it's probably about 1440p, something like that, but it looks really sharp, very colourful, very vibrant. And I played that. I played a bit of Fast Fusion as well, because I picked that up. That's the F-Zero Wipeout-like game from Shinen. That really, really nice looking game. Very, very technologically impressive, I think, for the Switch. Just like Fast RMX was for the original Switch. The Tears of the Kingdom upgrades. I played a bit of that as well and watched a lot of that. And that's weird seeing that game again run so well. It kind of feels like you're emulating it on a PC because it just doesn't look like it. The frame rate's doubled and much higher resolution. So it's good. I do have my nitpicks. I think the expected nitpicks about it. I think the handheld screen is just not very good. It's fine. Like it's probably a little bit below average.
What's average? So compared to some other devices for me, for context.
I think even compared to the Switch, I think the Switch OLED is like an above average screen. It's not the best OLED on the market, but it's a good OLED screen. And obviously, an LCD is always going to be below that. But there are, you can get like good quality LED LCD screens that have like, multiple dimming zones and have very good black level performance, etc. And this just doesn't, like, it's fine. I mean, it's like fine to you. Like, it's not a terrible screen, I wouldn't say, but it just feels a bit old, you know?
Quick question. Did you have the LCD Steam Deck? Or the OLED?
Yeah, I did.
Does it compare to that? How does it compare to the LCD Steam Deck?
It's probably not as good as the LCD Steam Deck. I mean, it does HDR, but it doesn't really do HDR because its brightness level is just not good enough. So you don't really get contrast or, you know, bright highlights or specular or anything like that on the screen. Like, it looks like it's bright enough. It's not like a dim screen. It's a bright screen for general use. But as a HDR screen, I don't think it's very successful at that. And it's just, I mean, you start tilting it to any kind of angle and you just get this like horrible color sheen on it, which is just indicative of just like not a very good LCD panel. So, it's that's the most disappointing thing. Other than that, it's been a really good experience. They also need to just, and incidentally, they need to improve their HDR performance on dock as well, because a lot of their games clearly haven't been coded properly for HDR, so they're like too bright. They're like almost like washed out. They're either washed out or the black level is way too high. So again, like, it's the HDR is better when it's docked, but it's still not quite right. I'll be interested to see when developers like start coding their games properly for Switch for HDR. So, you know, Retro, for example, with Metroid Prime 4, I would expect them to do a really good job of that. So that's the only downside I've had, really, is the screen and the HDR performance. But other than that, I think it's been really nice, really, really cool.
It does have the HDR in the docked mode. If you stick around in the settings and go to the HDR settings, the brightness calibration, I've got like an LG OLED, which is a pretty common screen among people that like to play games and things, right? Like, a lot of people have an LG OLED if they can as an HDR gaming screen. And you go into its brightness calibration, it's got the usual, like, here's these two things. Yeah. Make sure you can see the symbol on the left, but not the symbol on the right, or the other way around. I can't remember. And you whack the brightness up and you hold it for ages, and then both of the symbols disappear. And it's like, I'm not sure about this on Nintendo.
The second page as well. You know, when you click next, and it goes on to it's like talking about, it has that picture of Mario Wonder.
Yeah.
And it's like, here's the brightness. Did you realize that you can adjust that?
No. I didn't know.
So that's an adjustable paper white page.
Right,
so it's like, if you press X, you can then adjust the paper white, and that's a test image. So you can click like, and there's multiple test images you can select. So that's how poor the HDR onboarding experience is, because you just click your sun off, and then the next page is actually a really useful page, but it's not immediately obvious that it's a paper white adjustment page. So go back and tweak it with that. The HDR, when you do those two things, it does look better, but it's still not amazing. You know, it's good, but it's not amazing.
Mm-hmm. Tell me about, actually, we'll let Gamzly have his out of the box Nintendo Switch 2 experience first, and then we'll talk about the common ground, which is Mario Kart World. So Gamzly, you got a Switch 2. You did the old-fashioned actually go out and queue with society.
Yeah.
And you liked it.
What do you mean? What do you mean? I was locked out of my house when we did the community game nights on Mario Kart, which was yesterday, right? Community games, that was fun.
Exactly what you deserved. Well done, Cleo. Nobody blames you locking Gamzly out of the house. Sorry.
How dare you, Cleo? God damn it. No, I was totally my fault. So we were speaking about like the brightness levels, and outside it was completely playable for me, but then again the light was like in front of me, so I mean, like it wasn't facing the panel, so I didn't really get that much of a hit off the sun. I was in like this really well guarded little park. So I really did have a great experience. I was able to see everything. The screen size for a handheld is probably in a perfect like range. Coming from the casual side with the HDR stuff, I don't notice that stuff, so I'm glad that Luke is here to actually talk about that. But when I did plug it in out of the box on my LG, I kind of did the automatic thing. My TV told me, hey, you have this device, do you want me to calibrate it? I was like, oh, that's okay. And I clicked okay, and then I went into Zelda Tears of the Kingdom Underground. It blew me away. I didn't really notice the black levels. I mean, how could you not? Because it's all black before you make light. I'm not going to spoil stuff in Tears of the Kingdom, but you could hardly see anything in the dark in that game in certain sections. And to me, it was just as black as I could possibly see black. So I don't know. It all looked great to me. The details were great. The shine on my shield was awesome. I just kept looking at it. You could actually ask Cleo. I was just slow walking almost for like 30 minutes looking at this game, and I've never done that on Switch on a TV before. So I don't know. For my casual eyes, it was very nice. I could have got lucky and the TV's okay and everything worked properly, but yeah, so I'm having a great experience with Tears of the Kingdom. I have some nitpicks as well. It seems kind of laggy when you turn it on. I don't know if you two have this experience as well. Like, when you wake with the home button and when you hit the power button to wake the system, it has this slight lag where the first one did not. Have you been experiencing this? No, it just like turns on automatically?
I mean, I didn't
Mine has
use
like
the first one,
a
but
5-second. Mine takes like 5 seconds. It goes black, and then 3 seconds later, it'll go to the home screen, but it's like really slow. And then, it goes from there. And even to register my buttons sometimes to hit the home screen 3 times to open the actual home screen to the console, it takes a while. So there's some weird bugs going on with that. I think they do need to have an update, as somewhere. I did have a crash, which I've never had a crash on my Switch 1. And that was during setup. It just like froze on the home screen, and then it just bricked. I don't know what happened. Luckily it came back to life, and I haven't had a problem since then. But setting up the Nintendo account was easy. It was a good experience. I have nothing missing. All my saves are there. The cloud works. I do have a Nintendo family account. So that's nice. Cleo and I have been using the camera. We've been using the game chat as well, which just works kind of fine. Yeah, it just works fine. We've used it when she's working, at the gym. We used it once, and honestly, it wasn't a terrible experience. Not very good mic, but that's to be expected. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff to say about this thing. I'm having a blast though. I was impressed with both games, Mario Kart and Tears of the Kingdom. Everything's just super slick at the moment. It feels good in my hands. Again, for every viewer out there, you probably don't care about me saying this. I'm very different than you, but I didn't get fatigue on it in handheld or using them one at a time. Yeah, it just feels like a better system overall. That's just, there's some YouTubers out there trying to break the little mechanism, forcefully connecting the 2 Joy-Cons to the system, and they can't. So that's interesting. The durability seems to be there for now. Yeah, it's just adult. It's an adult Switch.
Oh, so I've had no issues with mine. It took a little while on setup. There were far too many occasions that I had to scan a QR code and log in through a browser. But that's like minor quibble, It's all. Yeah,
I don't know. That was testing my patience.
But it's done, right? That's out of the way. Having to log into the browser over and over again, scan the QR code, log into the browser.
QR codes,
that was a little wild. But yeah,
there's a lot of it. But it's fine. Once it's there, it works. It seems slick. It seems responsive. I've got no feedback on the screen and stuff because I haven't really used it handheld. I don't intend to use it handheld. So like Luke said, for me, it's just having a Nintendo console that looks good enough to use on a TV is a massive win for me. The main thing that we played is Mario Kart World. So I played Fast Fusion as well, like Luke has, a little tiny little bit. And I've had a little look at Smash Brothers on back compat just to see what it's like. I've picked up Breath of the Wild ready to go, but the only one that I've put any kind of time into is Mario Kart World, and specifically into the online multiplayer that we did for community games yesterday, which is mostly very, very good for a 24-player online system. Nintendo taking things big kind of for the first time, really. I mean, they've got I guess F-Zero 99 player and all that kind of stuff, but a proper like AAA game, as it were, taken onto a big scale with a lot of players. Gamzly stuck locked outside his house playing on a mobile signal, or just trying to catch the edge limits of his Wi-Fi across the other side of the world, and everything was smooth and worked, with the only complaint being that it doesn't have a well-integrated party system. So actually getting into public games together was more tricky than it should have been. But in terms of functionally, the game is online 24 players, works very good. It's complete and utter chaos when you do. Mario Kart's always been a little bit of utter chaos with the way that it distributes its power-ups to make sure that everything's even and close together, so it can feel a bit like a dice roll on where you're actually going to finish in any given race, but feels good. The tracks are wide and easy to drift around. The shortcuts are like well designed and interesting. I kind of like everything about it from what I've played so far. Luke, what have you done in Mario Kart, and how are you finding it so far?
Yeah, I played like 4 or 5 of the Grand Prix, and then I played a lot of the knockout mode, which is really good. I really like that. That's chaos in its own way compared to the Grand Prix. But yeah, like I mean, it's Mario Kart, right? So the bare minimum is it's going to be a really fun experience, and it is. And I think the increase in player size is really interesting, just because, as you say, it introduces more chaos to the system, more power-ups. So there can be like a lot going on. I also like the little food things you can get everywhere that unlock like extra costumes and stuff like that. Yeah, so that's pretty cool, and it's just a lot. It's just a lot of fun. It's just really nice to look at. It's very colourful, very clean, very sharp. And I've had a blast on it so far. I think it's really good. Every map is good as well. Like every track that I've played has been a good track.
None of them are anywhere close to Rainbow Roads. Rainbow Roads is like gorgeous, and the rest of them are like, I guess. Yeah,
I've not played Rainbow Road yet, so I'm looking forward to that.
It's going to make you hate the rest of them because it's far better. Gamzly, you've obviously played it with that. Sorry, Darge, this has been a long time talking about the Switch 2. I just changed the cameras back and saw you sitting there. I was like, oh, did I just come all this way, like to your living room or whatever? And we've not got to talking to you yet, but we will in a minute. Gamzly,
don't worry about me, mate.
Oh, I am. Gamzly, tell me about what you've done with your Switch 2, Mario Kart World and all the rest of it.
Mostly Mario Kart World. It's going to be my second time on Tears of the Kingdom, so I'm not like rushing back to it, but it's like just an incredible, like way better experience for Tears of the Kingdom. I'm going to play that all the way through. The 60 frames is just ridiculous, even for my 30 FPS 720 eyes. But yeah, majority has been on Mario Kart with Cleo. I will say I kind of miss looping around the same track. You know, I kind of miss it. I don't know why, but I find myself thinking about it all the time because I'm like, man, I wish I had like a second chance on that on that loop, you know, to see the track more and see how that works out for me. But it's just longer to learn the tracks, right? Unless you just keep playing them on the overworld over and over again. But yeah, I'm having a good time overall. The tracks, I haven't seen a track that has a lot of, upside down stuff like 8 did, like Gravity. And I kind of miss that too. So there's a lot of ups and downs with it. I do like the tightness of 8. I gotta admit, I like the smaller rails. Like I like the smaller areas. It makes me feel more tense, more skillful when I do land a big turn. Here, it's kind of you can tell it's made for more people. It's just wider overall. So I'm a little on and off with it. I still think it. I think it's really fun. I've been in the open world, running around looking for all these outfits. I believe there's around 4 to 6 outfits for the really popular characters that you can find out in the world. Then you get these challenges that you could unlock stickers for your car. You have different carts that you unlock with obviously coins that you find out in the world. So I've been exploring all that good stuff. It just, you know, stuff that you wish would be here isn't there. For instance, like you have all these wonderful little challenges in the world, but like I said, there's limited reward for what you get, and when you do get a reward, you kind of just like, I can't put multiple stickers on my car, which I find weird. Like, why not just let me use my rewards and customize my car that way? And, you know, since you took away the actual real customization of the wheels and all that stuff, why not let me customize the cart a little bit more? That's all obviously weird. I wish they revamped the coin system to actually make me buy stuff to make my car look cool. Like, you know, just different wheels, even if they didn't do anything. Yeah, it's just all weird to me. Like, it's stuff that I've been waiting for Mario Kart to do for a while that they're not doing. So I'm a little bit down on that end, but everything else is positive. The tracks maybe are not as tight as I want, but they're extremely fun. I like the new modes. I've tried every mode except for the battle ones. Yeah, the online experience was like flawless. I was on my LTE. I don't even have a 5G network near the place that I was in. So I was on LTE and I had like 2 bars and it was still excellent. I wasn't lagging almost at all. You could see it on the screen right now, the gameplay on your stream. Yeah, it was just really overall pretty awesome.
Very nice, very nice. Shall we start to get into some showcases?
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. So we'll go in order, eh? So we'll start with the PlayStation State of Play that took place on Thursday. I've seen that one. There was some stuff in it. It's all about Final Fantasy Tactics. I don't really need anything else, but there were other things in it as well. So, Darge, you've caught up with the State of Play on the PlayStation. I've never known you to be a PlayStation kind of guy, but things are changing.
Well,
tell us about it.
No, I watched it. I watched it just purely out of curiosity because I've been chasing RE9. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, oh, is this where it's going to be? You know what I mean? And watched it. And I don't know. What are you going to do? You're going to just go through each game and we just all sort of have an opinion on it, or
that'll take far too long. You can just pick what you want to talk about.
Choose 3, no? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, obviously the Bond thing was shown off here, so that was a big thing for me personally.
I tell you what we'll do, Darge. While we're on structure, is you're picking a game that you want to talk about. You're going to talk about James Bond for a bit, then just like pass it around so people can talk about James Bond for a bit, and we'll go through some people's choices like that. That's the format.
All right. So the Bond game, yeah. IO finally revealed it. And I'm all right with it. I see a little bit of discourse around it about like young Bond and I you know, I haven't watched it back, but I'm pretty sure that guy said this ain't all we're gonna do. Like, as in, it could be a franchise in the series. Do you know what I mean? Like, this is like him getting 00 status, or he might get it midway through the game or something, and then it'd be a series of games. But from what they showed here, like, yeah, this is ticking boxes for me. It's something that I'm not a massive Hitman fan personally, but it's James Bond, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? So I know he don't talk like that, but yeah, I was just happy to see this one revealed, and yeah, looking forward to playing it. What are you saying on the Bond thing, you lot?
Wow. I'm not a big Hitman fan, but I didn't actually think this looks a lot like Hitman. I've heard people say it's like a reskin. He's just got some hair now, but the gameplay looks way more action-oriented than Hitman ever did to me, in terms of it doesn't seem to be about blending into crowds and finding disguises as its kind of core mechanics. It's got a lot more going on in terms of driving and shooting. I actually think, because I think IOI are a really damn good and talented studio, I think this is going to come out really well. It's my gut feeling on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks a lot more. Yeah, it looks a lot more full on than it. Some of the stuff that they were showing, like where he's cover shooting and stuff like that. It's yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'm impressed with it. Luke?
Yeah, I thought it looked really, really good. I was really impressed by it. I never like it could never be like Hitman in terms of structure or gameplay because Bond isn't stealthy. Like he's not, and his missions aren't just to like assassinate people and get in and get out. Like they're much more multifaceted than that. So it had to be like a bit of a mix. And what they've been talking about is, you know, in their mission structure, you'll have a choice. So you know there will be you can try and do it very stealthily if you want, or you can go in all guns blazing. But the difference will be it's in Hitman, if you try and go in all guns blazing, it becomes really difficult, and it's clearly not the intended way to play the game. In this, it won't be like that. It'll just be chaos, you know, ensues, and let's see what you can do. So, you know, it's. I think it's clearly they've got the right tone here of like globe trotting, you know, action adventure, cinematic style third person gameplay. You know, like it looks great to me. And go on, Dodge.
No, I was just gonna just jump in and just say the one thing I've seen all the Bond films, like most of us. Like, I think the one thing that's refreshing about this is at the start when they're alluding to this Bond character, they're saying, "Oh, he's a bit of a live wire," you know, this, that, and the other, and they're going to bring him in. And you know, like when we've watched the films, you've heard story, like especially with the Daniel Craig ones, you've had like those Skyfall where they talk about the past, but you don't see it.
Yeah.
Whereas this is a refreshing take on a Bond where you're going to see him earning that 00 status. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like basically getting his wings, so to speak. So I'm for it. The story doesn't bother me.
Yeah, I think. I mean, at least in the Craig ones, the only time you see pre 007 is literally the first scene of Casino Royale, where he takes out the two people, and then he gets 007 status, and then he's already got it. So, but he's older at that point.
No, I was just going to say, and also Pierce Brosnan with Sean Bean. You remember they had that flashback of previous
the
stuff,
as well.
But it's never like this grounded, you know,
exactly.
coming through the ranks. So it's good.
Yeah, I really like that, and I really like that they're, you know, he's 26 in this game. They've confirmed, and I mean, I think he looks great. Like they've even gone for the, you know, he's got the scar on his right cheek, which is exactly what Fleming wrote about Bond. Like that's, you know, characterization that really the films never did, but the game is doing. And I think it's Patrick Gibson. I think that's people have sleuthed, and it appears to be. I mean, it looks bang like him. Who's a very good, like, talented actor. He was in the Dexter prequels. And I'm just really excited. I'd like to see like uninterrupted gameplay. There's lots of snippets in this trailer. But the other thing I really like about this is the brand integration as well. So Omega in there, I think there's Range Rover and Jaguar and stuff like that. So I really like that they've kind of tried to stay true to the brand identity of Bond as well. So yeah, I think it just looks really, really cool. I'm looking forward to seeing more of it.
Nice. Yeah, the films of normally I'd be quite like, I don't want commercials slop in my games, but Bond has always been about that, hasn't it? So it just fits that they're doing all of that. Gamzly, 007.
Yes.
Could you take him in a fight? I mean, talk about the game.
So what?
What?
Okay. What? I admittedly am not a gigantic Bond fan, but I do enjoy everything that I've seen. I've seen mostly all of them, even the older ones. I have not, you know, done the novelizations or any of that, but I think it looks incredible. I mean, just looking at the character details, the vibe of it, the vibe of him, the vibe of every character in this trailer. I think I like everything. You got the cool gadgets. Shout out to the Omega watch, right? Where he picks up an Omega. Luke, did you see that from the case?
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah.
That's really awesome. You know, the fine details like that is really nice. I didn't even catch the scar on his face. That's also really cool, Luke. I mean, all of this is awesome. He's 26 and going through the ranks again. Really awesome angle to it. Everything looks good. I haven't seen the controversy online, so I don't really get it. But seeing that for like the third time, I still think it looks excellent. It looks like Hitman gameplay in those snippets. So I mean, how mad can you be with it? That's what we kind of want. like Luke said, if you want to go guns blazing, if they confirm that you can, then that's high action Bond. Why not, right? So add that to a Hitman game or a Hitman gameplay. I mean, I'm so fucking down for this game. I'll probably dive into this for sure. It looks awesome.
James 93 is claiming that when he was a kid, all of the kids at school used to call him Games Bond. Games Bond. They call him Games Bond for some reason. It doesn't even
James
make any
Bond,
sense.
huh?
Kids are so weird. Because he was so suave and sophisticated, they called him James Bond. Nothing to do with his first name being one and the same. So it's a bit of a humble brag, but we'll let him have it because he has been super chatting as well. He says, checkmate, Pete. They're having a little argument. Pete's just responded in kind. News just in. Just James 93 is/was James Bond. Yeah, don't compete too hard, you lot. I want you to be able to survive the winter whenever we get there. I think we're coming into summer right now. I don't know where. I've not looked outside for a while, but survive whatever season we're just about to go into and maybe some more beyond that. Let's talk about whatever game Luke chooses next.
There was a lot I was interested in here. I thought the final announcement was really interesting. The Marvel Tokon fighting game. That I think that was interesting for me because I'm not really a fighting game fan. But immediately when Arc System Works popped up and I realized that this was going to be a fighting game because that's what they make, and I was like, okay. Like before they even as soon as I noticed, like I think for most people, as soon as they saw like Captain America's shield, right, it was like, okay, so it's Arc System Works fighter Marvel, and in my head, kind of just 7,000 images of Guilty Gear and BlazBlue just flew past because like I don't even play these games, but I'm so familiar with their art style, and I was like, okay, this is gonna look incredible when it starts getting into gameplay, and it did. It just looks absolutely insane, and it's one of those games. As I say, I'm not into fighters, but it looks so good and so fun that I'm actually really interested in it, which I think is like a testament to the work they've done and obviously the Marvel collaboration and stuff. And it was a very unexpected game to end on. Like this hadn't been rumored, nobody like knew this existed. Really, like nobody talks about this. So it was a genuine surprise, something that was unexpected, and I think this is going to do really well for a fighter. It just looks bonkers in the best way. It looks great. On an OLED, this is going to look terrific. It's going to look terrific on an OLED.
Yeah, trailer look good alone, isn't it?
No look.
Yeah. The colors in this game, are absolutely ridiculous, right? It's so colorful and beautiful, and the particles and everything is crazy.
Yeah. I said to Luke, I think we was talking when it was on, and I thought it was Ultimate Alliance because obviously Arc System, like you say about Guilty Gear and all that. I ain't played any of them, so I don't really know. You know what I mean? But it came out PlayStation Studios first. Then I thought like Ultimate Alliance, or I don't know, just thought straight away. And when the gameplay was going, it looked sick. And like I say, I'm with Luke. Like I'm not a big fighting game fan personally, but this did look really, really good. Like, and I don't know if they're going to add to because it looked fairly limited on the fighters' side. There was a lot of rotation in that one trailer they were showing. Like, obviously, there's still quite a few, you know what I mean? But when you're talking Marvel, there's loads of characters, right? So it'd be interesting to find out what the full lineup is of people in it. But they've got like a lot of the big ones in there, like you say, Spider-Man, Iron Man, Captain America, Doctor Doom. Yeah, he looked fucking sick in it. But it was a really good, like Luke said, surprising end to end on that, because I think they finish with Ghost of Yotai and everyone thought that'd be it, and then this came up, didn't it? I think that's what happened. So it was a pleasant surprise. Yeah, it looked good.
Yes, it was also kind of neat watching the trailer to have it. Obviously, it was all Japanese voiceovers, and Iron Man has like a Gundam eyebrow, so it's the Marvel characters we all know, saying lines that you'd expect from them, but all Japanese voiceover for the American audience as well. So presumably that's what they're sticking with for the game, and obviously it's where Arc System Works are. But it gives it a really neat little extra bit of flavor and otherwise kind of slightly stale Marvel universe to have like a fresh take on it. So I kind of just like listening to that and going, oh, that's kind of cool. I like reading these subtitles for some reason. As fighting game mechanics go, like they're games that are always well renowned for having tight mechanics, and I'm too much the numpty to kind of recognize them and appreciate them properly. I like Street Fighter 6 mechanically as fighting games go. Arc games I'm sure are as good as people say, so this one there's high hopes that it will be brilliant. And Darge, you were talking about the character roster there. It's obviously it's a Sony game, so obviously live service is a part of it, and you can imagine they're going to continue to build and build and build on the roster that initially comes out.
But they've got that Evo as well, and they Sony as well. So you think they might really fucking push on this game and try and get it to take off in their esports stuff and all that as well. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with it, you know.
Hell yeah! They even announced that joystick
stick
thing, right?
Yeah,
that's right. Yeah,
the
they
arcade
did.
stick. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's really cool. It's a nice little push for their events.
defo.
Right, we've got another super chat. It's James again, trading blows with Pete. He says, in other news, Pete is Spider-Man. Peter Parker. Yes, he might be. He might be. Used to be, once upon a time. Gamzly, what are you going to say?
It just looks awesome. It seems like the sentiment is that we're not the biggest like fighting, arcade stick fans, but this looks incredible. It just looks right. They got the right team doing the right stuff right now, and the art is exceptional. I think the art in this just conveys the Marvel universe way more than any other game that's out there right now. Even the popular shooting one that's out there right now. I forgot what that was. Rivals. Yeah. This is very much, to my taste more. I think they know what they're doing. So yeah, it just looks awesome. I'm ready to give it a shot. Probably not for long, but I'm going to definitely support that. And it must be fucking expensive to get more licenses to characters, right? I think that's why there's not a ton in there. It
was sort of refreshing as well, because I think the developer said that they created like the stereotypical character, and then Marvel were like, no, put your spin on it. Do you know what I mean? And then they started creating their own styles, like Asa said with Iron Man's fucking monobrow and all that. But they put their own twist on the characters, and it's just something really different. Cool. But it looks really good.
Yeah,
right. It does. I'm quite excited by that one. Gamzly, PlayStation Showcase still. Pick something.
Okay, let's see. I was looking at the list before. Oh, yes, but I want to take this one, but I'm going to leave this one for you because I know you're going to go for it. So I'm going to go for Baby Steps. No, I'm kidding. I'm going to go for Ninja Gaiden Ragebound. This thing looks fucking cool right here. This game... It looks awesome. I mean, there's nothing... We've seen it before, right? A little bit. But, I mean, every time I see this game, it makes me happy. And I'm ready for Ninja Gaiden. I'm just ready for more of it. There's not much to say. I just love this thing. I wanted to give it a shout out. Are you guys excited for this?
I like to... Yeah, I did like... This is like the side-scroller one. Because I thought straight away handheld. Like, it'd be ideal in a handheld game. But yeah, the art style as well that they're going is like the more traditional art style, right? Like they're quite cartoony looking off memory, if I remember rightly. Yeah, it just looked like a really good side scroller. Do you know what I mean? Some of the combos and the destruction on the screen. Yeah,
it's so beautiful. Like, look. Oh my god, there's some studios doing this art
style. It's just like traditional. It's just like, stuff that we sort of grew up on. You know what I mean? Like, but just with a fresh coat of paint and stuff like that. It just looks, it looks really fun.
It has, in a way, it has the Ninja Turtle coloring.
Yeah,
right. Like it looks like Ninja Turtle.
The same team, and is this the one with the same team as Shredder's Revenge?
Think so.
Was that right, Luke? Or was that? Have I got that mixed up?
No, I think they're doing...
that was a game yesterday.
Yeah. They're doing the Scott Pilgrim one, right?
That's right. That's where I got it mixed up. But it's a good-looking game anyway.
Yeah, it's just the color palette struck me as like old school TMT, but it really does look nice, and I can't wait to play it. This is totally a handheld game. Like,
Yeah.
this is why I'm super excited for like the everything going to handheld type stuff. I hope PlayStation goes the same route. I mean, I mean, as I get older, I'm just bringing my handheld everywhere I go, in bed, wherever. I get some time to play with the limited time I have. So handheld gaming is on fire at the moment, so I can't wait for it.
Yeah.
Asa?
I'm not going to play that.
Of course not.
It's not even that.
Sure.
Like, it looks good. It looks good, and it sounds good as well. They mentioned the original composers guesting on it as well. And when you play the trailer with sound, it sounds good. So I don't know. I might do, but I don't play handheld. And blowing up pixel art on a big screen isn't my favorite. So plus, it looks like it's probably quite difficult. So I think I'll just fail and give up. Nonetheless,
I hate you. I hate you so much.
It's not. This isn't disapproving of the game. Like, I think I would like it. I just can't see myself having time to carve out to play that particular one. Despite not having anything negative to say about it, really, it's just not likely I'm going to play it. So
just do your tactics game.
What do you
Unlike-
like, Asa?
Baby steps, which is gonna do numbers on the on Twitch in particular. It will have its social media following. But no, Final Fantasy Tactics was the one. I didn't watch the PlayStation Showcase live. I think I was streaming something or other. I might have been playing Mario Kart at the time. I was streaming it, and people mentioned it, and I was like, "Wait, seriously? There's Final Fantasy Tactics? I've been waiting to play that forever because it was partly I'm confused because I don't know what Final Fantasy Tactics Advanced is relative to Final Fantasy Tactics, partly because it was like a PSP game, and partly because it's just quite hard to get a hold of now, like a working version of it without going the emulation route, which I didn't particularly want to bother with. But I'm on a Final Fantasy kick. I've been playing the old ones, and I freaking love playing the old Final Fantasies. Tactics, some of my favorite games were more tactics based, like Shining Force and stuff like that. So to have a Final Fantasy one in my kind of possibly favorite subgenre of Japanese RPG that I haven't played has been a travesty, and I've been waiting, and then they come out and say, yes, you can have it, voiced, updated art, have at it. And I'm like, fuck yes. That's one of the most exciting things in all of it is a game from like the 90s or whatever. Yes, that's for me. Thank you very much.
100%. I knew you were gonna choose that one. I wanted to choose it so bad, but this game is awesome. Again, I had the PSP ones. Tactics Ogre was also awesome and incredible. I mean, that era of this style of game was awesome. It was on fire. So can't wait to play this. I'm gonna play this for sure. Maybe on PS5 too. I never know, but yeah, looks incredible. Can't wait.
Yeah, this one's coming to everything, isn't it? So I can Xbox, PC, Switch, whatever. So yeah, can't wait.
But
can't wait.
It's like you said, the not having to emulate this is a big plus, for anyone that hasn't experienced it. So good on them.
Yeah. And you knew that I was going to say this because I couldn't hide. Like, I was straight on Discord, like, really? There's that? I'm so excited. I'm excited child. Like, give it to me. Yeah, absolutely. I'll be all over that. Either of you two, Luke, Darge, either of you going to touch this with a barge pole or not interested?
I'll give it a bash. I've never actually played Final Fantasy Tactics. It's one of the rare blind spots that I have Final Fantasy. So, yeah, I think this would be the one I'll dive into.
And Darge?
Yeah, I don't think so.
I'm not. I did say when the trailer come on, I was sitting there because I'm not the biggest Final Fantasy. Like, obviously, I've played the remake. As soon as I heard the music, I was like, it sounds a bit like Final Fantasy. Do you know what I mean? And then obviously Tactics, I don't know nothing about it, but obviously they were showing some of the side by side stuff and that. So if it floats your boat, it looks like it's going to be a good one. For people that have been waiting for it. So that's what you want to see, innit, though? You know what I mean? You want to see people that want games get what they want, But yeah, I'm not going to sit on here now and go, oh yeah, I'm going to be there day one. No, it's just not what I'm going to do. But, because I don't know if you're going to jump topic, I'll tell you where I will be day one, though. And I want to talk about it here, because it was only shown here, Silent Hill F. And we can't go on to anything else without discussing how fucking amazing that actually looked. Like I was saying to Luke about it, played Silent Hill 2 remake, and it was really good. Like really, really good. Really unsettling as well. Like when you play the Resident Evil games, which are great, you know what I mean? There's just some next level, creepy fucking vibe with these games. And when it started and she was talking to that little girl up on the balcony and all this stuff, and I was like, and then when the animations, Luke, I was saying to you, when the animation started, it just looked so unsettling and jarring and fluid as well. Like it just looked really well animated. And I genuinely, I think it's coming out in September, was it, Luke? Yeah. I think it's September. And I think it's come out now saying that it's, because I think it was, I don't know if it was made out or it was marketed in a way where it looked like it was going to be exclusive for a time period, but apparently that's not the case now. I think it's going everywhere. But I just thought I'd bring that out because I'm really looking forward to that.
Yeah, you're right. It's like it's not just they're animated all creepy in the way that they move, and they've got a sound to them as well. It's another one. Once you put sound, and it is creepy. Just what you want, right?
It was just when you was watching her, like she was walking past a few of them, and you just know they're like sort of contorted, and you're like, one of them's going to move. Yeah, and then they start chasing her down the stairs and all that stuff, and it's just like I can see me playing that and absolutely shitting myself. Like, I am bang up for it. So it reminded me, Luke, of in 2's remake. When you're in the prison and they're sort of on the walls. The mannequin things. Yeah. It's just really, really looks unsettling. But yeah, I'm sold on this game, 100%.
Yeah, you're right. The way they move is just so fucking creepy. Just the sound, like every time she like shifts and the sound that comes with it is it's terrifying. I hate these games. I'm not gonna play it. It's too scary for me.
Yeah,
too scary for me. Have you played the Silent Hill before the remake, Darge?
I played it originally. The Silent Hill 2, I played it originally, but I was talking to Luke about it, and it was like one of those games that was like a fad, like Resident Evil 2. Like it was like hot stuff to play, and I didn't take a lot of memory from it, like with me. So, and it kind of, I think Luke would agree, they've kind of not reimagined the story, but they've sort of done it in a sort of different way. Obviously, you had the fixed camera on the original, so it plays out a little bit differently. So it was kind of like a new experience of an old story. Like, do you know what I mean? And it was just really good. But this fucking thing here.
Yeah, it's so creepy. Eh? But yeah, that's why they do it. These remakes are super nice for new audiences as well as us. This is why they do these remakes. And Silent Hill definitely deserves it. And this new game looks fucking awesome.
Yeah, agreed.
Luke, what do you think?
Yeah, it looks fantastic. They've kind of got a bit like, I think it's Neo Bards that are developing it, and I don't really know much about them, but like the mainstays on it, like Akira Yamaoka's doing the music, who did Silent Hill 2 originally. So it's going to sound incredible. In that trailer, there's a lot of really great kind of music and melodies that, sound distinctly Silent Hill. And then I think the story is written by Ryokishi 07, who's a Japanese writer who's done he's done a bunch of like Japanese kind of manga games, amongst other things like Higurashi and stuff like that. But he's like super talented and writes very adult, interesting psychological horror stuff. So he's like the perfect fit for stuff like this. So I'm really optimistic about it. And I think, my big thing was just how is this going to look in terms of gameplay, but it looks actually very well budgeted. Like it's very nice visually. Animations, as you said, Darge, are really, really impressive in this. It was 60 FPS as well.
Yeah.
So I'm really, really high on it because I think this could be very, very good.
It's fun as well because obviously it's Konami who moved away from making games for the longest time, and then they kind of re-announced they were going to do a whole load of stuff with their old IP. And they've got, obviously, Metal Gear Delta looked like wank, so we won't talk about that. But the Silent Hill stuff, it felt like they suddenly announced so many of them that it just felt like they were throwing it at the fan. And I wasn't confident that many of them would turn out well. But this one genuinely looks brilliant. Luke, you mentioned the writer being behind some pretty significant or serious horror writing. I'm going to mention Suda51. Last game I'm going to mention before we move on from the PlayStation one, because he was there with Romeo is a Dead Man.
A very serious man.
Very serious horror writer.
Game director.
Romeo is a dead man. Swords and guns through space and time. Romeo is a dead man. Weird trailer. Weird guy. History of weird games. Some received well, some not so much. Gamzly, what did you think of this?
Yes.
Yes.
I
Not
don't have
else to
much.
say.
I don't have much to say. No, I'm okay. I'm indifferent with this, but we can move on from that. I don't want to take time from it.
Okay, fine. Well,
Yeah.
I'm
sorry.
have a look at it.
No, it's Brotato.
This you talking about Romeo as a Dead Man, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, that I said to Lou, obviously this Suda51 stuff and all that, I haven't got a clue. Like you guys, when you start doing all that, I'm like, yeah, all right. Like, but I see this reveal here, what you're showing on the stream, and at first this whole art style thing and that, I was like, what the fuck is this? And then when it actually went into gameplay, we were saying then about Silent Hill and animation wise, like this just looked fucking crazy. And I was like, yeah, this looks like, it's like, like where it's just so crazy, where it's just like, I'm going to have a go at this just because of how mad it is, And yeah, this, I mean, I've just been looking at this state of play again, laying there watching it quite late in the UK, kind of come away and forgot, but there was quite a lot here. Like, you know what I mean? It was a good state of play. And yeah, this was one of my picks. I'm glad this got discussed because I'll be playing this 100% when it comes out.
It's a funny one because he's like, he's got a lot of character in his games and a lot of style, but I'm not sure he's actually very talented. So it's a weird one. I kind of love his games and they're kind of terrible. So maybe this one's going to be one of the winning ones and maybe it's not. I don't know. What do you reckon, Luke?
He's one of the only developers, and Grasshopper generally, one of the only developers that seem to get away with having games that perform atrociously. Mm-hmm. Like if their games are like they tend to be very poor technically, and even in this trailer, I mean, this looks like a big step up for Grasshopper in terms of visuals, but he gets very framey a lot of parts. Like it's really really chugs. But they get away with it, I think, because they have so much weird personality and they're just so stupid. Or they're just like, if you like No More Heroes or like Killer is Dead and Shadows of the Damned and stuff, like these games are they're just bonkers. Like in a way, it's kind of like if Kojima was just totally unhinged. And I know people think Kojima is unhinged, but actually he tries to like mostly play it straight and then have a bit of silly. Whereas Suda51 is just like, let's just make it ridiculous. Really? Just completely silly over the top. So
just make that your motto.
Yeah.
We're just bonkers, really buy it.
Yeah, it'll be really fun. This is going to be really fun. It probably won't perform very well, but they never do. So just enjoy them for what they are, I guess. But
enjoy the madness.
Enjoy the madness, yeah. But as soon as it switched into gameplay, because I had no idea what it was at first, but as soon as it switched into gameplay, I was pretty certain instantly it was Grasshopper and it was Suda. And so when he came in at the end, I was like, yeah, figures.
Yeah, it does. Does indeed. I'm looking forward to it because you need a little bit of a wacky game from time to time, and that should fit the bill.
You know what you should have picked, Asa, was fucking Neo 3, like a
wow. I mean, you can get a bit of that in there if you want to before we move on.
Yeah, I mean, at least show it. Like, put the trailer up because Neo 3 is going to be fucking amazing. Come on, do it.
Oh, and Pragmata was there as well. There was quite a bit.
Yeah, and you choose.
Yeah, I just
worst.
I said the Thief VR got shown, and obviously, like I say,
Yeah.
VR, and then they followed it up with the Road 96 creator.
That
Their
looks
game called Tied to
fucking mad.
that Tied to
Yeah.
Tomorrow. Yeah, but I assumed it was VR. So I was saying in the Discord, like Mr. Non VR, I was like, I enjoyed Road 96, the storytelling so much. So I was like, this could make me wanna, but I'm looking at it now and it doesn't actually state that it is a VR game. So fingers crossed it's not, and I can actually just enjoy it normally.
Oh my god, there is a lot here, right? Like Thief. You brought up Thief. Okay.
It was a good show.
I wish Thief wasn't VR though, right? Because for me, Thief would have been like, besides Neo 3, Thief and Final Fantasy Tactics and Neo 3 would have been my game of the show. But like, it's VR. Do you not like Thief? Did you like the look of this, Asa? Because you're a VR fan. Did you like Thief?
It's like kryptonite though, isn't it? So it's like it's like a mango, like a beautiful fruit, like in amongst the pile of shit.
That's why I wanted to say.
As soon as they said VR and it looked beautiful, and it's a stealth game.
I do stealth in
That's
VR.
why I'm
It's
looking
fine.
right at you.
Yeah, no, I
Play
may
some
well give
Thief.
that a go. My the thing that's disappointing for me is if it doesn't get a PC VR release, because I want to play that on my treadmill. I want to be able to run around and be naturally stealthy rather than use the joystick. But besides that, the fact that there is a game like that existing when it looks to all intents and purposes like Sony don't care about VR anymore, that there are still developers, and Vertigo are one of the good VR developers. To be bringing that out, it's probably going to be damn good. The fact that it's not, like, it's a VR game that's not targeting Quest as a platform, so it's a VR game that can actually focus on giving us some good visuals and some interactivity. Yeah, Thief is quite big for me. I'm excited by it. I'll stealth around if that's what I need to play the most recent VR games.
I thought you were gonna spit on it. I was looking for a
It's big
laugh,
of you,
but
Asa.
I guess
It's really big of you.
yeah.
It is, isn't it? Thanks, Luke.
But, really awesome franchise. I wish they made another proper one, but
I'm
not
really
joking on that
really quickly, because Darge mentioned, I can't remember what the game was called, but it was quite ambitious. The Tides of whatever it was.
Yeah,
the trailer did present like it could have been a VR one, but I think it was just stylistically first
it just
person.
piggybacked. Yeah,
and it's like the concept of it being broadly connected multiplayer, where you're following the footsteps of other players, you're choosing which one's adventures you want to kind of piggyback off of, and you're influencing the outcomes for them potentially. This is like a complicated, quite ambitious project that looked good enough to be worth talking about before we move on. Luke, did you catch this one? What did you think of it?
I did, and my brain just switched off when I heard multiplayer, to be honest. So
Really?
it's very ambitious. Like, it looked like, I was kind of like, oh, okay, that's quite a cool concept, but how does that actually work in practice? Like
It's like Death Stranding, but more impactful.
Nah.
behave yourself, son.
Simmer down. I think I'd be interested in seeing like a playthrough of this, as in like some like uninterrupted gameplay, to see how it actually moves moment to moment. That trailer didn't look like real time to me, so it looked more highbrow, conceptual. This is what the game will do. So yeah, I kind of switched off a bit on that one.
Did you play Road 96 at all, Luke?
I didn't. No, I never got around to it.
So from my experience of playing that game, the reason that this appeals to me so much is Road 96 is storytelling. The beauty of Road 96 is obviously there's so many endings, right? But everyone's ending, like there was 3 of us who played it at the same time, and all of our endings ended up different. It's like on the choices that you make in the game, right? So I admire the fact that they've taken that, and it looks a lot more bigger, like bolder graphically and stuff like that compared to Road 96, but they're also trying to implement this multiplayer thing into it as well. So for me, based off of their single player, the previous game that I played, and the way that they did the choices having different outcomes, so to speak, based on that track record of theirs, I'd be willing to give this a go to see if they pull it off. Do you know what I mean? And like I say, I just really enjoyed Road 96. It was like a little Game Pass gem. that I've genuinely really enjoyed. So given that, I'd keep my eye on this 100%. Like it's not coming out till next year, so I'm sure we'll see it again. You know, maybe at the Game Awards or something, Gamescom maybe. But yeah, hope is high for this one.
It looks really cool. When I first saw it, I wasn't really convinced because I think like Luke, my brain shut off as well. It just also kind of, I don't know, it wasn't tickling me that much, but I'm looking at it again now, and that is cool. I saw like the little choice pop up, like when she like reaches out and it's like, do you want to come or not or whatever. I'm like, oh, that's actually really awesome. So you turned me on it. Actually, I might give this a shot with Cleo or something. It looks interesting.
Watch the trailer again at some point.
Yeah, and also like Road 96 ain't the longest game in the world. So if you can get hold of Road 96, just to have that playthrough of the game and see like that's a very base indie game. Just to see like how their storytelling chops are. Do you know what I mean? And just to have a little look, because I've got that prior, so it gives me a bit of hope for this, whereas I'm not going in just dry, so to speak.
Yeah. It looks interesting. Sounds interesting. I might give it a shot. Colorful. Really pretty game for OLED too. Luke.
Yeah. When we see it, it's like, because it's choice and consequence, like you said, but it's also dealing with the choices that other people make. Is its like signature feature. So you're following around other players and dealing with the consequences of their choices, and there'll be other people picking up the pieces after you. I think it's neat, so I hope it does well. We'll see. There was also Pragmata. I think we'll probably skip over that because we've been on the PlayStation bit for quite a little while, and I'm sure we'll get more opportunities.
It looked framey.
It did look very framey. And we'll have more opportunities to talk about it nearer the time. I'm just pleased that I managed to say that Metal Gear looked wank and nobody really challenged it, so we can move on to Summer Game Fest.
No, but I said just on Metal Gear quickly, I had mentioned to Luke, I said, did it look a bit like, and then he was like, nah, like fucking this, that and the other, but I'm not just gonna dismiss it. I'm not gonna just dismiss it. Yeah, I know, in the politest way. But it still hasn't turned me off, so to speak. I just don't know if it was the greatest showing for me.
It's going to be cracking. Don't worry.
I'll hang on your every word, Luke.
It just looks weird. I know that. It just looks weird because they've updated all the visuals of the game, but everything else is the original version. So the animations and stuff make it look a bit weird. But it's cracking. Don't worry. It's one of the best games ever made. It's going to be great.
Hold up. Don't point at each other. Point at Asa. Listen, Silent Hill also looked fucking wank, and it was amazing. So
yeah, it did. The remake looked awful, and then it was amazing. And that was
amazing.
Bloober.
Yeah.
If Bloober can do that, then this is going to be great.
Anything is possible.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, I'm not feeling it. Stealth outside of VR. Leave me alone.
It's just because it's stealth.
Right.
And you said the VR is anyway. You know what? Let's move on.
We are moving swiftly on to Summer Game Fest, which I haven't watched, so I'm just going to stick my feet up and listen to you boys. Gamzly.
Okay.
Take me through it.
Oh my goodness. How many are we allowed here?
You've got 6 minutes.
Just do the one at a time. Just do 6 minutes.
Yeah, just like there's like 500 of them. I'm gonna you know what? I'm gonna do this one here, Asa. I'm clicking on it. Chronicles of it's just Chronicles, Medieval World premiere trailer. This thing
Pick the weird one no one's ever heard of. Go on then. Carry
What do you mean? It looks amazing. Steam and PC was all over this showcase. I like that Jeff really is highlighting the smaller studios with his message. It was a nice message. He used his show to kind of show off these other indie darlings. He even called out all the ones that were like super big and sold millions. But this looks awesome. I'm a fan of this genre. What did you guys think of this trailer? Because it looks pretty freaking amazing.
Was this the Tom Hardy narrated game?
Tom Hardy? I didn't recognize his voice.
Is this the one that they introduced, Luke? It's like a medieval, the medieval, like battle.
Oh, that was his voice?
Yeah, Tom.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I
cool.
watched it.
didn't know that.
At first, I thought it might have been like Chivalry because they were showing like close combat sort of stuff, and then obviously it panned out, and yeah, it didn't wiggle for me
Army.
personally. But it's not. Yeah, it's not the sort of battle stuff is not big for me. But it's got Tom Hardy in it, right? So might be
Right?
alright.
Yeah.
Or at least the trailer has.
Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't. There's not much to go on, right? Because they didn't show like a ton of gameplay. But I'm always interested in these style of games. I love it. Like you were saying, it looked like Chivalry, that type of stuff. These tend to be sleeper hits on PC, a lot of them. So that's why I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, you were saying, Luke.
Just real quick, because it's fun for me because you said you like this genre of game, and I just watched the trailer and I don't actually know what genre of game that is. It's fine.
It's like a army battler, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. I can vividly see a game that has been like it, but I cannot think for the life of me off the top of my head. But I know what he means. It's like where you build an army and you have it on the ground and all that. Like, but yeah, it's just not my type of game personally, so I can't remember the name.
You reckon, Luke?
The genre, you know what? Yeah, go ahead, Luke. I'm gonna look for exact genre.
Yeah, it looked fine. Like the little snippet at the end looks interesting. But yeah, I think I need to see more of it. You know, what show me proper gameplay, and then I'll give you my yay or nay on it.
I'll segue quickly about seeing more of it. Something that I didn't need to see more of was Death Stranding 2 on that actual show in there. It's just showing me a minute and a half cutscene. Yeah. Basically led to me going to get this early. Yeah. Because I couldn't wait personally anymore. I mean, I do want to see more of that game, but basically Hideo Kojima coming out for fucking 5 minutes. That game, man. I mean, obviously they're doing that. I think it's after State of Play Part 2 tomorrow, isn't it? The Kojima presentation.
Yep.
Is it?
Yeah.
So, but after that, like that game. Death Stranding 2, man. I had a T-shirt ordered for tonight and it didn't turn up, so I'm gutted about that. But Death Stranding 2, Asa, what's it doing for you, mate?
Oh, Darge, I haven't played the first one yet. You gifted it to me like at least a year ago, and it's on my to-do list.
More than that, it's about fucking 3 years ago, maybe.
Yeah, it might be. It might be.
And it was on Game Pass, Asa.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. I think I got him the director's cut as well on Steam.
Yeah, you did. I'll get it, Darge. I will. No, I'm well grateful. I said thank you. So yeah, I'm not the one to ask right now.
Luke, what Summer Games Fest stood out, mate?
I mean, there are a few, but there's one that, I mean, it's the obvious. Like for me, probably for you as well, right? For most people, there was the obvious one. I don't know if we want to touch on it now, but why not? And that's the end game after the horrible tease that they did.
You knew it was coming.
Yeah, 3/4 of the way in.
Blink and you'll miss it.
Yeah, and that was Resident Evil 9. Which Asa would be more interested in now, having played the worst Resident Evil game, Resident Evil 6.
Excuse me, it's not the worst one. I've played 0 as well.
No,
and
0 is
is
good.
better than 5. 0 is
no, it's not better than 5.
Behave yourself. It's got explosions. It's got its low points, but yeah, carry on.
Yeah, or the whole game. That's a low point.
No, some of it's funny.
Well, yeah, to be fair, some of it is funny, but not in an intended way. More in a, this is shit, isn't it? It's funny how bad it is, sort of way. But this looks really good. This just looks very ambitious, and I'm really interested to see how they play it. But I think as soon as they started playing it, RE Engine just has this look. It has this and I can't even put my finger on what it is. But as soon as it went into it, yeah, I think it's the hair. I think a big part of it. I think big part is the hair and the character models, not necessarily the environments, but those two things. It just looks like RE Engine straight away. So as soon as it came up, I was like, okay, even though this is very unfamiliar in terms of setting and stuff, this is definitely Resident Evil or something in the RE engine. And then obviously, I think for most people, it was the trigger of, seeing a ruined RPD station. But for me, I tweaked on. I mean, she's called Grace Ashcroft, and there's a character called Alyssa Ashcroft from Outbreak. And I was like, oh, okay, this is definitely Resident Evil. But when they show like the devastated Raccoon City and stuff, oh man, it's just so cool that that's a place that they're going. Yeah, never really explored that at all. So it just looks really, really, really interesting, and it's the biggest budget Resident Evil game has ever been. The rumors are that it's somewhat open world. There'll be exploration and that sort of stuff in there. I don't know what perspective it'll be. The little bits, the little bits of. I wonder if it might be both.
I think they'll do what they've done in Village and that. It'll be first, and then they'll patch in later an update, which will be able to switch to third.
Yeah, I don't know. Like the little bits in the hotel that, like the Grace bits, they look like they're first. Yeah, like this bit, and then like the little tiny little snippets, they look like they're first person. And then, but the rumor, and it's pretty like well sourced, is that Leon is the co-protagonist in this game, and I wonder if like his sections will be in the broader, like the bigger environments, and she might be confined to the hotel that's mentioned, or like for most of the game, that's kind of her bit. And I wonder if they'll do like a mixture of, okay, when you're Leon, you're in this, like it's still horror, but it's a bit more action, but you're in the open world and you're third person. And when you're Grace, you're mostly confined to this hotel, and it's kind of a more classic, like Village, RE7 experience, like the big house and stuff.
Yeah, she's an investigator anyway, so her being on the first person would make more sense.
Would make more sense, and she's not definitely like an action hero like Leon is, and it makes more sense for. And in fact, the more I speak about this, the more I realise some of these objectives are what they were trying to do in Resident Evil 6. When they were like, okay, they were trying to do like distinct experiences. So when you play as Leon, it's meant to be like more survival horror, and then you have Jake, who's more action and stuff. I think they've learned the lesson from that. I think this will be much better at achieving that. But yeah, I could be completely wrong. It might all be first person, but I just have a feeling they might try and do both, which would be very ambitious, and there would be very different types of games. But it just looks phenomenal. I just can't wait for this. And I love that they always do this thing with Resident Evil, or they have for the last several years, where they reveal it and they're like, it's coming out in like 7 months. Like you don't have to wait long. So it's terrific.
Yeah, I like the short like announcement to release stuff. It really does get the hype pumping in a really big way. I'm looking that shot where it pans out and you see the nuke crater.
Yeah.
Oh man, dude, I'm so ready for this game. I love every moment of this trailer. I was like waiting. I was just so attached to it. What were they teasing before this in that weird ad? What were they teasing? Were they teasing like Resident Evil?
Their 30th. Yeah, their 30th anniversary in March. Like, it's in March though, right? So it's like after this game's meant to ship. So who knows
what was that all about? But that was weird, huh?
I think it was just supposed to be a fake out to be like, we'll talk more about the next Resident Evil at some point. Everybody's disappointed, and then they're like, oh, surprise, here it is. 20 minutes later.
Interesting.
And I just hated the idea. I'm just like, if you're going to do that, just immediately play the trailer. Like, don't have a gap. Like, it's just silly, but fine.
I took it as a remake, but like a remake of something else coming.
They're still. I think the rumor for the next remake is called Veronica.
Yeah.
So, which would be great. So, they will definitely be doing more remakes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So definitely. One last thing on this. I mean, it looks like I like Resident Evil before it went all like crazy with I don't know, some crazy myth stuff happening and weird things. This looks a little bit more grounded to me, and I don't know, I can't explain it. Maybe it's just like a darker tone to me than the action stuff, but it seems more rooted in some sort of reality to me, even though it's still fantastical. But love every moment of this. I can't wait to play it.
Yeah, I just think, for me, the first person Resident Evil games, I haven't minded them personally. 7 I preferred over 8. I think I said to you, Luke, didn't I? Like, just give me zombies again or something instead of like the lichens and the molded and stuff like that. I think just going back to Raccoon City and seeing that blown up police department building. Seeing that crater that you've mentioned about, then there's the rumours of the open world aspects of it because of the free games. I think Jeff Grubb and that was saying about it. So you had Dragon's Dogma, Monster Hunter Wilds, and then this was going to be the other one, the big budget. And then I'm like thinking in my head, well, how big are they going to make Raccoon City, right? You know what I mean? You're going to have the setting of the police station there. You're going to have the setting from Resident Evil 3 there. You're going to have the mansion, or are they going to be sort of like, like those, not biomes, but, like those areas where you'll go into the police district, and you'll be all around there. And you might go over, to downtown, like where Jill's having it with Nemesis, then go to the mansion, But I think it's just nice
like
for nostalgia.
Instanced worlds.
Yeah, I think it's just nice for nostalgia to see them go back to that setting. Pick up some of that story, like Luke said about I never played Outbreak, but I saw that stuff about Ashcroft. So it's good that they're tying it in and going back to that original, 3 or 4 games in the series. But yeah.
Just get back to zombies, like you said. Just get it back to zombies,
Yeah, it's weird. You still can't make it out because, like, the investigation she's following about the people, weird bodies being found and stuff like that. And then there was that like weird thing. Did you see it crawling? Like it looked like Marguerite from 7, like that huge creature sort of thing. So yeah, obviously they're going to show more as time goes on up until launch. So yeah, really, really excited for it.
I love as well the. When anything does this, but Resident Evil doing it, it's really fun when they do like this interface between the FBI and horror. Yeah. Right. So like sort of Silence of the Lamb sort of stuff, or it's even a bit like Twin Peaksy, weirdy stuff. Remedy do it a lot, like all this kind of supernatural stuff or horror stuff going on with the FBI. I just find really interesting. So I'm glad they've kind of gone in that direction, because it just tends to ramp up the tension a bit more and make it, maybe as you say, Gamzly, might like more grounded because it's a concept that you recognize and you're like, FBI. So so it's gonna be really good. And I think they said it was playable at Gamescom as well, so we'll be able to see gameplay really soon for this. So that's really cool.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll have a really nice slice of the game for people to play as well, like to leave them wanting more. So it's good times. Resident Evil's back.
How
about you,
really
Asa?
Really good puddles. I'm going to struggle with the game because there's going to be a puddle on the floor, and I'm going to walk in and go, oh, that was neat, and I'm going to walk back through it, and I'm going to go, oh, that was neat, and I'm just going to play in the puddle for 3 hours.
The true horror is your gameplay footage of this game.
Yeah, but it won't be. It'll look beautiful because it's a good puddle.
True.
So Peter Super Chat as well. He says, good show tonight. Great to see a full house. He's pleased to have Darge back. Replicant has put forbidden words into his member milestone chat. He said the pony night. He's referring to Darge having a PlayStation 5 Pro you went for, didn't you?
Yes, sir. Yeah. Thank you, sir. Well, I'm going to, listen, this is the reason for asking. The reason I went with a Pro is, exclusives matter, right? So as far as I see it, Death Stranding 2, I mean, listen, troll the fuck out of me tomorrow if Kojima goes at the end of it, oh, by the way, it's coming PC day one, because I fucking caved a couple of weeks early. But if this is the best place to play that game day one and the only place to play it, then I've got to be here day one, right? So, and then Grand Theft Auto is a bit of a thing as well. So, and my PC's an Xbox these days, so I'm sorted. So yeah, the PS5 Pro and Demon's Souls, by the way, is delicious. But I'll leave it alone.
Isn't it fucking beautiful?
Yeah,
oh man,
yeah, it's great.
oh, it's so good.
Really, really good. Just on RE9, Asa, like, what are you thinking, mate? Apart from puddles.
Well, mostly the puddles. I think what you said about that character that has the same kind of vibe as Seven, that's a little bit off-putting because I prefer the zombies. And obviously going back to Raccoon City, you've got the scope for both. So yeah, I mean, the whole thing is damn gorgeous. It just looks phenomenally good. And if the game pans out looking like that, it doesn't really matter what's in it. I have to play it just to experience the atmosphere that they've set out there, and the puddles. So yeah,
I'm just gonna jump in now and say, did you notice there's like a lot of 2-player co-op games coming?
I did not.
Anyone sort of pick that up? Did you see? So like, obviously you had what's Faris's game called? The race split? No, what's it called? Split Fiction. Fiction. So, and then obviously he's had It Takes Two and this, that, and the other. And then there was a couple of games at that, and Lego had one, didn't they? And even that Lego one looked fucking crazy. Like I was like, oh, hang on. Like I just noticed. Like, and what was the other one? The one that was like the stop motion.
Oh yeah, it was.
I can't remember what it's.
No,
Speak No Evil or something. It was something to do with their mouths being, because their mouths are shut, isn't it? It is. I know it is. I'm going to find it. But yeah,
it's in here somewhere.
Luke, you played those games, didn't you, Luke?
Like Faraz's.
Yeah.
I played Split Fiction, and all. I've played all of his games. So yeah, there is an increasing abundance of these types of games, which is fine. I mean, I don't have a problem. They just need to be good. I actually really like the look of the Lego one. I thought that was really fun and weird and a bit different, and just very beautiful as well. Yeah,
I got the extra controller because the boy, like, he's getting involved now, and I thought we'd have a little crack at a bit of Lego Voyagers, was it called?
Yeah.
Yeah, it looked all right.
Popularized by me and my split streams, it's making it a big thing in the industry now.
It's fun. Anything for you, Asa? Oh, you ain't seen it, have you?
I've not watched any of this. I know we're probably going to talk about Atomic Heart that you're excited about. Resident Evil is the one that made the most waves around the place. I want to have a little look at the Sonic Crossworlds trailer because it's on the thumbnail, so I need to have a look at it.
That looked good.
It did look good.
But yeah,
I haven't been that excited for I haven't been that excited for a Sonic game, and I know it's a racer, but it genuinely looked like Sega were just going to have a go. You know what I mean? Like they've pulled some of the other IP, like Ichiban and it from
Yakuza,
Like a Dragon, the one out of Persona, Joker, and even had was it the Minecraft in this one? It was, wasn't it? Yeah. So they're like literally chucking IPs at it. So who knows? It might be shit though, but it looked all right. They're my thoughts on it. Luke?
Yeah.
Gamzly?
Yeah, logo. Yeah.
It's cool. I love Mario Kart. Kart racers are amazing. It's right here, by the way, if you can find it, Asa, if you want to like show it on the stream. It also... Oh, is it? What the hell? I'm lagging. It helps me with timestamps. But Sonic Crossworlds, I mean, when they threw Joker in, I was like, this is wild. Why do we need Joker? But kind of threw me out of it. But when they were like sticking to the Sonic characters, it really looked charming. Looks fast. It looks like it's playing well. No frame drops. Pretty. I mean, let's go. Let's go kart racers. I want to see more kart
I'm a fan. I really liked All Stars Racing Transformed, which was the other one that had the wider kind of Sega nostalgia factor. I don't have a lot of nostalgia for Yakuza or Persona, like the more recent ones, but if they're willing to bring in, your Panzer Dragoons, Golden Axes, the ones that have these theme tunes from my childhood, I liked doing those tracks. So that's what I wanted to see from this was more outside of the Sonic universe. And I like kart races as well. Obviously, I've been playing Mario Kart World. This is cross-platform. It means I can get more people involved in playing it. Hopefully. So yeah, I'm going to get that.
Man, PlayStation has to do a kart racer. You know what I mean? Like an Astrobot my God, kart racer. Astrobot would like fit so well with all these like different worlds you could jump into. But anyways, that's for another time.
Yeah, yeah, mate, you're right. I can't remember the name. I can't. Luke or Gamzly, you might remember the name. What was the Epic published game that looked really fucking good?
From this showcase?
It was like it reminded me of like Limbo or something like that. Not Limbo, Little Nightmares or something. Like, you remember where the guy had the torch? It was something like something Abyss. When it into the Abyss, or it was something like
End of Abyss.
End of Abyss. That was it. That looked really good looking. That game. I found that to that sort of stood out for me at the time. I think like these showcases, you know, especially the one yesterday, like I think there was just a bit of a problem with the pacing. Not the pacing, but you sort of forgot certain bits. There was too many games were too similar on top of each other. Do you know what I mean? Like they had like the sort of Souls-like games.
Oh God, yeah.
Would it be like two of those?
Games. Yeah.
And then you had like not the JRPG, but like the anime art style games, and there'd be like 2 or 3 of them in a row. And then you'd be like, oh, and it was just like it was just weirdly paced. But I definitely remember this one. This one stood out when it came out. It looked really pretty.
Cool.
Oh, it's so nice. Like, look at this. And when he starts like shooting the creatures and they start splitting off from one another, like this hand thing. Oh my God, it's so creepy. I'd agree with the pacing a little bit there. I think he tried to make the ads like what you were talking about with the anime stuff is he was trying to make those like an ad section but feel like it was part of the show, and because he's been criticized for it. So I kind of felt like it worked at times, but you're right. I think nowadays everybody's just trying to chase that Souls feeling of a game, and like I've said in previous shows, I think the Souls genre is now the new like action trend, like action adventure. It's just how it is now. But there's many games. If I can talk about one, I really liked Blighted. So Blighted to me looked Guacamelee guys. Yeah, Blighted looked amazing, but the one that really stood out the most for me was Mina the Hollower from the Hollow Knight devs. Yeah. Oh my God, this like Zelda like
Shovel Knight.
Handheld.
Yeah. Oh man, all these games are handheld. You could see the trend, right? I just love fucking handheld games. All of these would play really well, but Mina the Hollower is probably my top of the show at the moment. What do you guys think about Mina? This was announced before, but now we got a lot more, and I think we got an announcement somewhere.
I just when I saw that one, like I say, handheld, like Ninja Gaiden, that's perfect. Handheld type game. What was the other game that they developed?
Shovel Knight.
Shovel Knight.
Shovel
yeah.
Knight.
So I haven't.
Yeah, I said Hollow Knight. Stupid. Shovel Knight.
Shovel Knight. But I never played that. But like I say, you know, looking at this, it looks wild, and you know, it's weird, like nostalgia. You know, they say is a hell of a drug, and you see stuff like this, and it just takes you back, like to the fucking Game Boys and NESs and stuff like that. So, it's obviously. I mean, they're obviously Shovel Knight did really well, didn't it? So the fact that this is their next game, I'm sure it's going to do well anyway. So
it comes out on Halloween as well.
There you go.
Great release date.
It just
looks a lot like Resident Evil 9.
It's basically the same.
It reminds me of like it reminds me of the Game Boy Color day. Like it even it almost has almost the same like kind of, you know, square look. You know what I mean, Luke? Like it just it reminds me of a Game Boy Color game, and I'm super fascinated by it. Like you said, nostalgia is a hell of a drug. I'm so ready for this game. But
it looked really good. I'm just going to bring it up, Asa, like Atomic Heart 2, because you know, we need to discuss that. When the first one come about, I was following it for a bit, like development and stuff like that through through their YouTube blogs, and then it came to Game Pass, didn't it? And got to play it, and I was really impressed with it. This trailer just caught me so off guard. That I thought it was because I think they've had 3 DLCs for the game, right, already, and I just assumed it was going to be another DLC. And then when it flashed up, Atomic Heart 2, it was just. I really enjoyed the first game personally. I really like BioShock. It's like one of my favorite games, and it gave me that vibe. It was a new, weird world where you had the gunpowder, but the abilities as well, and stuff like that. And I know Luke has a slightly different feel, but I just think it's good. I'm genuinely shocked, like that they're actually obviously announcing it might not come out for another 2-3 years or whatever, but the fact that they've already done this. Have you watched this yet, Asa, to say what you think about it?
My first time watching it now.
Have you played Atomic Heart?
Nope.
Because Atomic Heart, for me, the intro to Atomic Heart is on a level like when you first go to Rapture, for me. Like the introduction to the world is, I just think
top notch.
Really talented. It was really like what they do.
Yeah, it was really good.
Luke.
Yeah, no, like the thing that's a shame about this game and the shame about Atomic Heart is, and this trailer in particular, like if it ends up looking like this, like when it releases and stuff, it looks phenomenal visually, and the gameplay looks like it could be really good. And Atomic Heart, for every criticism that for the criticism that people had about it, art direction was not one of them. Like they've got incredible art direction. I just can't support the developer in good conscience. That's all. And I won't go into why, but you can just Google Mundfish and people can see about it. And like if this comes to like Game Pass or something, then I might be willing to try it, but I just wouldn't buy anything from them. Which is why the Cube wasn't that interesting to me either, because I was like, oh, okay. And it's a shame because like if it's any other like if it was just any other developer, I'd be like, wow, this looks awesome, and I'm really excited for this, but I can't get excited for something I probably won't play. So. The
thing is, I understand totally, like, when we spoke about it and whatever, I totally understand it, you know what I mean? But it's like, for me, it's like the people making the game is like, they're achieved, like, so much that regardless of the other stuff, for me, I'm just playing a game. Do you know what I mean? And
it's a very nuanced question as well. So there's no right answer to it. I don't think
I just take the game as the game is, And like I say, with regards to how it looks, the first game, the stuff that they were showing was like their first ever game, and you was like this, like when everyone was a little bit thingy about Wukong, going, that ain't even going to come out, right?
Yeah.
And it did, and they sort of delivered. So like, I have no reason to believe what you see. You won't get. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
It's UE5 as well, isn't it? So this one. So it looks predictably amazing. Visually.
But I was. This is my probably my personal favorite. Obviously, I know like we had RE9 as well, but this was like a proper shocker. Because we knew RE9 was going to turn up this weekend at some point, but this one just caught me completely off guard. So, yeah, very happy with this one personally.
The thing about Unreal 5 now is that it's getting so goddamn good. Like every game looks so good on it that you just don't you can't anticipate if a game will be bad just by looking at it anymore. It's just so. Like, this game looks incredible. Like, you look at it, the style is there, it looks fun. I mean, the stuff going on in the trailer, from the story and everything just looks intriguing. I also played Atomic Heart, and I liked it. I played through, like, 60% of that game. It has a lot of style. And they did some things with the story that's a little bit weird and off for, they have a little bit of an agenda here and there, but I'm not going to go into that. The Another one that looked, I mean, that would rival this is Ill. Did you see that trailer, Ill?
Yeah, that's
Like,
like a
Ill-
really interesting one.
Ill looked like this looked Atomic Heart 2 looked incredible, but Ill looked creepy and eerily like real. Like Ill
I
looked
just can't buy that that's gameplay
It's-
though. Like
Yeah,
I
right?
cannot buy that that's
Right?
gameplay because
But that's what I mean
look super
by the
like,
Unreal thing.
Yeah. And in fact, I need to mention another game after this, which may not be the one people are expecting.
Look at all
about
these butts.
things not. I know it's great, isn't it? Things that don't look real, but I really loved it. But yeah, this one, it just looks amazing. Like it looks amazing visually.
Mhm.
I'm just not convinced it's real. I think it's the animation. I think that's what it is. It's the first person animation and the character animation that's going on. I think fidelity wise, it looks like something that you could achieve in small environments this generation, absolutely.
Yeah.
But it's like all the stuff around that, it just looks too fluid to be
Yeah.
Wet.
real.
This
Yeah.
is
So wet.
But
this was the one that had the dismemberment as well, right?
Yeah,
So this is the one where he
Yes.
takes you see like one bit where he hits the shotgun shot at the side of the head and
Yeah.
it just fucking blows half of the head out.
Oh,
But
it's
yeah,
so cool,
like you say,
man.
it does look to. I mean, this is the one that Mundfish are publishing, right?
publishing, yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
so fuck knows. You know, we just have to wait and see. Great reveal, you know, but you know, we'll wait and see what comes at the end, right? But
Yeah.
it was crazy.
That's what I mean with the Unreal thing. Is it's just we don't know what games we're getting here. Is this like a corridor shooter? Like is this like really
If those
linear?
animations, yeah,
you
if those,
know?
like you say, the fluidity of the animations and stuff like that, it'd have to be fucking really linear. Do you know what I mean? To
Mhm.
be anything remotely like that.
But
Exactly.
I need to touch on with my second
Is the
favorite game.
puppets.
This. Yeah, yes, yeah.
So
I need to touch on this, yeah, because first of all, the whole thing made me like I'm like Jeff Keighley, so I'm a sucker for anything that's got puppets. But this just made me laugh so much, and this is all in engine, so like. And there's like the bits of the first, like it's not first person, it's like third person. You're at, like just outside of the character boxing. That's all gameplay in this game, and it's just incredible. Like I think this is like more when you look at the environment. Like all they're really doing is rendering like a little boxing ring, and then like two puppets in some of the gameplay. And like they've just got so much resource going into this stuff that it just looks photoreal. Like it looks like that, like actual puppets. There's only like tiny little things that tell you that this isn't real, as in that it's not, you know, just like an FMV or something like that. But it just looks so much fun. It just looks so weird. This is Unreal Engine as well. It just looks so weird, and I'm just so into this.
Luke,
I'm just made up.
what game are we talking about?
Oh, it's called Felt That Boxing.
Thanks. I was lost.
Yeah, so yeah. Just to go and watch the trailer of it. It's just so weird and wacky.
Yeah, it's right here. It's right here, Asa. I have it highlighted. It's fucking incredible. I knew exactly what you were gonna say. Like I knew exactly because I was going right to that one next. I was like, this looks incredible, and it was actually funny.
Yeah. It was actually
Like it was
not
good humor.
game funny. Yeah, like good writing funny. Yeah.
So it will you think this is a Punch Out game, right? Like this is for sure
basically.
a Punch Out game.
Yeah, so they said it's like Punch Out style, and then there's like mini games that you can play, and they said the story's like 8 to 12 hours, I think they said. So it's like fairly.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure how it'll stack up like from a gameplay perspective over like 8 to 12 hours, but I don't really care because I just think if it's well written and it's as funny as it is in the trailer, and it's as
Incredible.
stupid, like with this slapdash like puppet animation stuff, it's going to be a laugh. It's going to be a laugh, this one. I'm really looking forward to it.
I don't know how they did this, man. It looks so good. I'm watching it again right now. Asa, there's no stealth in this. It's just you and a puppet. You gonna play this?
I'm all over it. It looks amazing.
So I can't believe this was their pitch. Like, let's make a boxing game, but it's all puppets. And it just, like I said, just the rendering of it is just crazy. It's crazy how good it looks. So yeah.
Yep. I'm all over that one. Next.
I'll segue from that furry puppet. Lies of P's DLC. That, you know, I mean, I got quite far into the game. I never finished it, but I quite enjoyed it, Lies of P, and I think it's fair to say it was a success, you know. But that DLC, I think they've added some characters and some other stuff in there as well. It looks really good. I don't know what you's made of it, like you two. Are you going to go and play more of this? Did you play it in the first place?
Oh, yeah. Fuck yeah. Yeah. On Game Pass, when it was revealed on Game Pass, I was having, I was so ready for this. I wasn't Souls like out yet, like I am today. Like just too much Souls for me. But Lies of P, I was so ready for it, and I loved that game. I love that game. So I'm really excited for this, and they shadow dropped it, right? They said that it was available. Yeah, I'm gonna hop on that as soon as I'm done my little Nintendo Switch 2 like nostalgia hit. It's gonna take a week, but I'm playing that next week for sure.
Luke?
Yeah, I played a bit of Lies of P, but I never got into it because at the time I was already in the Souls out period. So I heard really good things about it, that people like, it's actually genuinely like the best Souls game not made by software. And I was like, okay, and I tried a bit, like an hour or two, and I was like, okay, actually this is good, but because I was just so sick of them, I was like, I'm not gonna bother. But I think I will probably, if I get a chance, I'd like to dive into it again, particularly with the DLC, because I'm at a point where I'd be willing to play at least one of those games and enjoy them. So
it's a good like, obviously I went from that to Elden Ring, so obviously like, do you know what I mean? But Lies of P is a really good game. Like, I really enjoyed it. I just sort of hit a little wall, like I always do. I hit a wall with a boss, and I'll tell you what, I'll leave that alone for a week and go back to it, and I didn't go back to it.
And then when you go back to it, it's hard, you know. Like
So, but it's a good game, and the DLC looks good. I also brought it up for young David Mack in the chat, because he asked if we'd mentioned it at all. So there you go, Dave. Pleasure yourself away at that, mate. Well, what else we got?
We should probably. I need to do this, but Onimusha, like they had really great gameplay on that this time. It's right here, Asa. This game looks incredible, and I'm ready for this series to make a comeback. Luke, this is like a completely different story, detached from all the others, right?
Yeah.
Okay, because this new, oh my god, it's so cool. I like the fluidity of the combat. I wasn't sure. This is for sure a breath of fresh air for me, because it's not a Souls-like game. Like I said, it's just an old school action game. Like, I love that stuff. I love that this is making a comeback, including Ninja Gaiden 4 coming out later this year. This is just my type of game, my shit. How about you, Luke? You into this?
Yeah, like, I'm a big fan of Onimusha as a franchise. Didn't think we'd get a new one ever. Wasn't ever particularly successful, apart from maybe 2 was pretty successful.
Yeah, 2 was big.
But this just looks, I mean, as you say, it's not, Onimusha is kind of its own thing. It's like a classic action game. It's slower paced. It's not like super fast or anything like that. and it's not Souls-like, and this one doesn't look Souls-like.
Thank God.
It just looks, thank God, and it just looks really good. And I mean, Capcom's 26.
This boss.
Capcom's 26 is Resident Evil 9, Pragmata, and Onimusha, plus like whatever else they've got. They're gonna have a potentially huge year. So
they're on a fucking roll.
Yeah, they're doing really well at the moment. I'm sure they'll have like DLC for various things next year as well. So yeah, incredible.
I'm not like well versed with this game at all, or the series, but I've just watched the trailer back there. Is it fair to say that this would be like a God of War, but like a mad samurai sort of one? The action aspect of it. I'm not saying like a like for like, but just sort of a button mash.
It's kind of like the original. If you think of like God of War, like the original trilogy.
Yeah.
If you think of like a game like that, but it's slower, like it's a slower, kind of more deliberate, like combat style. It's so it's closer to that
closer
than it would
to
be
28.
Souls.
No, but I mean, is it closer to 2018 God of War then?
I don't think so. Not classically, no. Like it's quite different. But I mean, obviously, it's difficult. The old Onimushas were fixed camera games.
Right, okay.
So, and this one isn't. So, it may be closer to 2018 God of War or something like that in that sense. But in terms of combat, it's like it's not like that. I wouldn't say. It's just much slower, much more tactical.
It really is like if you put the speed of Ninja Gaiden down by like 3 times. Yeah.
Okay, that's fair then.
Okay, like it's more like that.
Yeah.
I could get on board
really
with
good
that.
though. It's really good. Yeah.
Yeah. It's impressive showing.
Yeah.
Is it better you, Asa?
The boss showing was awesome.
Maybe, I don't know.
Always got to bring the vibes down, Asa.
I am going to be replaced by a Switch 2. Everybody enjoys those. Carry on.
No, talk to us, Switch 2. Talk to us.
I wasn't really watching. I'll give it a go.
Oh my God.
What?
Did any of yous play Arc Raiders? Because that was the first proper time. I know they put a beta out on it and people were loving it, but that trailer was the first time I proper see it. But it looks good.
Yeah,
it's
amazing. Yep.
Yeah.
I sadly didn't, but I really wanted to.
Amin did, so Demon Hunter and I have put some time in it. It's fucking awesome. That's why, like I said it in Discord many times, even on freaking X, that damn platform. It really was gonna, I think, overtake the hype of Marathon. Like it really was looking like that's the extraction shooter to beat and be. It really plays well. It has all the features that Marathon should have. But don't, like proximity chat, that make these games like truly fun. It's just overall a great vibe. And it's beautiful. Like it's a beautiful game.
Yeah, it looks good.
Yeah, so you would have a kick, but you need some people to play with, or else it might be a little hard. But yeah.
You play Arc Raiders, Asa?
No, I don't touch early access things if I can help it. But when it actually comes out, I am quite interested in it. This is a strange trailer. This is a not actual gameplay trailer, it said. So I'm not taking much from this. But it looks and performs well. I'm surprised that they've done a cinematic trailer for it when they have got a polished game that they could be showing. But yeah.
And it's the team who did the finals as well, isn't it? Is it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Embark.
And it feels like the finals has only been out for fucking 2 minutes. That has probably been a couple of years, right?
Yeah.
Is this the wrong trailer, Gamzly? Did you put a dodgy link in?
What do you mean? Sorry?
Is this what they showed at Summer Game Fest? Like a cinematic?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, what's this? Yeah. I could have put the trailers that I put last time, but I put them like 5 times already. I thought that we'd switch it up and just put the trailer that they show.
Yeah, no, that's good.
But yeah, this is just like a little story.
I just thought I'd made a mistake.
Story of it. No. Everything was pulled from them. But yeah. This looks awesome, and there's too much to say about this, and I think we beat Arc Raiders to death. But there's one. Can I call out just one more? I'm trying to find it. God, where are you, sir? And I've lost it. Don't do it. Oh, fuck, here. He deleted the whole document. Put it back. Blighted. I think it's... Nope, I've lost it. Never mind. Oh, okay, yeah, that's what I was gonna say. There was that, like, capture the flag game that I thought was really cool concept that I feel like should be... I'm not gonna talk about the actual game because I think it looked garbage, but I just want to shout out the game for just the concept. I want more capture the flag games. Like, where are all the good capture the flag games? Like old school, oh my god, Unreal Tournament. Is that it? No, but I need more capture the flag games.
That was Unreal. Yeah.
This, I really do need that game back. Did you watch the trailer of that one game, the capture a flag game, Asa?
No, I've not seen any.
I saw it and it didn't do nothing for me.
Yeah.
I know what you mean about that actual game mode, but that trailer weren't it for me personally. You see that one? What was it called? So it was something flag based. The title, wasn't it? Last Flag. That was what it was called. Yeah. It was called Last Flag.
Mm-hmm. This one here, Asa.
Yeah, I didn't tickle my pickle. You know what I mean? So.
I'm sorry, guys. No, I just need more developers to do capture the flag stuff.
Yeah,
right?
it'd be nice. Yeah, like, but I just want just give me like an Unreal Tournament or something. Give me
exactly
like that's what I want. I don't like. Yeah.
I mean, didn't capture the flag just used to be the game mode anyway. Like,
but that's what I mean. Yeah, like just give me it in something like a Quake
in a
or
package.
An Unreal.
Like that, or even Halo. Halo.
Yeah, Halo. Yeah.
Okay. For Asa, how about Marvel's Deadpool VR announcement? How about that?
Oh god.
Well, how about that
it's
indeed? Right, yeah, I've actually seen that
here.
one. Of all of them, I did seek out and watch the Deadpool VR one. To be honest, I'm not super impressed by it, but
I won't.
It's one of them things like Meta are just rubbing me the wrong way with everything they do, and it tarnishes the games that they put out. It's good that they're investing in them and there are proper VR games to play. I didn't find it funny, and I wasn't finding any of it particularly endearing in terms of what it was doing. But part of that is just I'm looking at it and going, fuck's sake, Meta. And it puts me off a little bit. I want Steam to come back into the VR space and give me PC VR so that I can get back into it properly. And I'm being overly harsh, and I apologize to the developers. They don't deserve that. They put some effort in, and it's probably a really good game. Maybe I'll turn around on it before it comes out. But...
Are we touching on faults of Xbox, or are we doing that?
No,
maybe
real briefly, but no.
Maybe we should, because we have so much. There's just so much. Is there one final game that you guys want to talk about on the list, including Asa, that looks interesting to you, that you want to just quickly shout out, and then we could just, I guess, go to questions. Maybe the people have questions about what we think about Xbox. I don't know. The showcase coming up tomorrow.
I mean, having not seen it, I'm not going to pick a game to talk about because I haven't watched the trailers, so it doesn't make sense for me to do that. There's quite a few in there that I'm sort of interested in, and I will catch up on them in my own time, but I'm not there right now. Was there anything else for you, Luke?
Scott Pilgrim?
Scott Pilgrim looked cool. The only other game, and I have to take this back a bit because it wasn't in Summer Game Fest, it was State of Play, but the only other one I wanted to mention was Sword of the Sea, which looks incredible, absolutely incredible. And that's by Giant Squid, who made Abzu and The Pathless and
nice.
something else. And it's the art director who worked on Journey. as well, and it just looks absolutely beautiful and just such a weird, like, cool concept, like skateboarding, snowboarding, adventure game. So yeah, they announced this quite a while ago, and I've been tracking it for quite a while. And the last game of theirs I played, which was the last one they released, was Pathless, which was awesome. And this one is like a blend of those things, but it's, you know, a slightly tweaked art style and like kind of more journey aesthetic, but with like snowboarding and skateboarding, hoverboarding stuff. It just looks awesome. It looks awesome, and it's coming. I think, did they say it's coming to? I think it's included in PS Plus when it releases, so it'll be in the catalog.
Oh,
yeah,
that's cool.
So it's like a really good get, that one, for PlayStation, because it's like a cool, you know, it's like a bigger independent game, and it's awesome.
Wow, without even knowing that this was the Journey guys, like I didn't even stick around for the end of the trailer. So not even looking at it, like not even knowing it, you could tell that this is like
it's a
Journey.
Very similar art direction, because it's the same art director. So
yeah,
I fucking loved Journey, man, so much. Journey was incredible.
You should, people should play Abzu and the Pathless as well, because those are incredible, really, really cool games. And again, amazing art style in both of those as well.
Nice. I'll just quickly say, like, no joke either. That Nicktoons game that they showed off, only because I'm a sucker for SpongeBob, but it looked like a dungeon crawler. But they showed like the most shortest amount of gameplay in the world. But genuinely, if I could see another chunk of gameplay, that might have some fun factor in it for me. Like, genuinely, no bullshit either. Like, I'm just, if they had any other Nicktoons character other than SpongeBob, I'd have gone, that shit. But as soon as I say that, I thought, maybe. But yeah, that's my other one.
I think it looks fun, to be honest. Yeah. I think it looks really cute. Really fun time. I'm gonna call out the Wu-Tang game because we've been.
This is a weird one. Like, it looks really cool, and I was actually excited for this when they showed it. Like, I was like, this could be a really cool game, but like the dev history on this is weird. I don't really get it.
I know, right? Yeah, it's weird. But it's just been, I'm just gonna highlight it just because it's been so rumored for so long, right? People have been talking about this forever online. And it's finally here, and it looks good. And there's a new track, from these guys. I mean, it might be a fun time. Who knows, Yeah.
I thought it was a mix-up, like, because we heard about Wu-Tang, and then there was a game called Wu-Chang announced. Floating Feathers game. I thought someone's got it wrong, like, and then they showed it here. I was like, oh, sweet. But it looks alright.
Good for the rap scene, At least we're gonna get some good music from it. I don't know. It looks cool. What do you think about this, Asa?
No,
get into
really
some
show anything. It does show anything.
It's just basically this, and then you'll see a little bit of like sort of top down, and then it goes off. Yeah,
cool art.
Yeah, I don't think anything about it yet.
But that's that's about all they showed.
I also like the Lego Party. It's not in the doc, but I forgot to put it on. But the Lego Party game kind of looks fun for, my child heart. Finally somebody doing like a Mario Party knockoff. The mini games actually look quite fun in this game. Probably beats out a lot of Mario Kart mini games. Mario Party mini games. So yeah, shout out to the Lego Party game that we don't have footage for because I completely forgot to put it in. But yeah, I want to shout that out too. Code Vein 2 as well, Mortal Shell 2.
Well, you're just saying if I wasn't so, damn it.
I know, but we're not gonna be on it, But yeah, I shout out to that too because I'm all soulsed out, but those two games look also really good. All right, that's all I got.
That Lego Party one looks cool. I'm watching that now. Yeah. That looks like a good party game. Very much a direct rip-off of Mario Party. I mean, a direct rip-off of Pummel Party. Sure. Right. So a lot of showcases. We've obviously got the Xbox One coming tomorrow, and a lot of people like to talk about what they're excited for and what they're guessing about. But I don't want to, because I've got to get up at 4:30 in the morning. So we're going to move on to our community questions. That's a fair reason.
Somebody
right?
ask about the Xbox showcase.
Somebody
Just do
has.
it.
Yeah, get it in that way.
Of course they have.
Yeah.
There's no way around it.
Nice.
But, our first question then. Here we go. You ready? You ready for this? I can't get to it. Here we go. It is from Just James. What games did you like for the Sony show and Summer Game Fest? You're looking forward to 007. James, I'm going to refer you back to the start of the show because that's what we've been talking about for the last 2 hours. Thank you for the question and the super chats and support, all the rest of it. Next question is from Pete. It says, tomorrow is the X show. We call it Twitter around here. He says, what are you most hoping for and dreading? So you can go brief. Do you have anything that you're really hoping to see, and anything that will ruin the day for you? Gamzly.
I'm just hoping to see more E-Day. On the Xbox Showcase for sure. E-Day is my number one pick. And yeah, I want to see some, Switch ports of some Xbox games. That would be cool, like Master Chief Collection. What would be devastating is, I don't really know what could be devastating. I got nothing really could be wrong, unless it's just like a 2-hour show on Call of Duty. Then that would suck. But
if they start showing Switch ports for games that I've already played 5 years ago as part of their showcase, I would consider that devastating.
Oh yeah, I don't know. I'm in the Switch era right now, so I'm ready to play some old Xbox games on the Switch.
I'm happy for him to do it, but I don't want it in the showcase. Luke.
E-Day gameplay is the one for me. Like some big AAA announcement from them. So like, a studio that hasn't announced what they're doing, or like maybe ZeniMax Online's game, that's been dev for a while. Like something like that would be cool. Yeah, devastating or dreading. Like
ESO,
I don't know.
stuff like Fallout 76.
Fallout 76. Not announcing the Brute Force remake. Sea of Thieves remake. Those kind of ones. Just keep them brief. Like keep them really snappy and brief. Nobody wants to see them here. Like no offense to those games, but like people aren't tuning in for that. You can have separate stuff like events for those.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and Darge.
I am hoping for nice gameplay segments from State of Decay 3, and also like I'd like the devs to actually come out and tell us how much bigger this is and this world, and that they've got it absolutely nailed. So State of Decay 3 and Fable. I want to see more now that they've delayed it. I'd expect to see like a nice portion of gameplay, like not edited and chopped up. I mean, like literally someone going through a stage, like, and something like that. And then what am I dreading? I'm dreading anybody coming out on that stage in a suit and the most hilarious pair of trainers like Jeff Keighley did yesterday, because he needed a fucking slap for what he was wearing yesterday. So yeah, just casual, smart attire, State of Decay 3 and Fable for me.
Nice. Next question, please. And Xbox console exclusives, that would probably screw you over a bit right now, wouldn't it? Have you still got an Xbox?
Xbox ain't going to do. I mean, don't get me wrong. They're the most they got the most bipolar fucking marketing team in the world. Like, but it wouldn't. There's no way they've just put the biggest marketing campaign ever, telling you everything is an Xbox, and then they go actually. But then if there was anyone that would do it, it probably would be Xbox. But
there's more of a chance of a Nintendo Switch Xbox exclusive at this point than there is an Xbox console exclusive.
Yeah. So no chance.
Right.
No.
Next one is up. It's Pete again. Just in case this hasn't happened, what's not to like this week? Luke.
Souls games, Souls-like games, and Hoyoverse games. If I have to hear that again, I'm gonna shoot someone.
No, oh my god, you're a lawyer.
Well, and that's pretty much it. Those are the ones that aren't to like this week.
Yeah, I'd say Royal Mail for not delivering my Death Stranding 2 t-shirt in time for tonight. People wearing fucking Larry trainers with a smart suit. That's really, really not to like that. That really triggered me. Why does he always come out? Like, surely if he's putting these shows on, there's a fucking team making him up, getting his outfit ready. Who went to him? Yeah, wear that whistle and wear them fucking ghastly trainers, mate. You're going to look the bollocks. Like, honestly, he dresses like he just fell into a fucking charity shop and just fell out of it again. But anyway,
it is his show, so I don't think he has a team.
Yeah, but I think he likes to have his show and think everyone thinks I'm great. Not everyone thinks I look like a cunt. But anyway, that's I'll leave that there for this week.
And Gamzly.
I'm gonna go with fucking Nintendo voice chat. That shit's fucking awful.
You were just saying how much you liked it like an hour ago.
I'm bipolar. No, I said it was passable because, it's passable, but it's not good. I wish it was Discord, but that's it. Make it simple.
Fair. And I don't have a negative bone in my body, so there's nothing for me. I like everything. Thanks very much.
But you've been telling us that the whole show, for fuck's sakes.
No, it's not having it. And I think that was it for our questions. So yeah, all positivity from me. I don't know about these three, bringing it all down, bringing down the mood while I'm all like on a high. But It's happened now. So let's wrap it up so everyone can sleep ready for an Xbox show tomorrow, which should be a big one, should be a good one. I think Sony have a little something more as well, don't they? I don't know if that's supposed to be big or small or whatever else.
The Xbox show is Sony's thing. That's what everyone's waiting for.
It's for everyone, and we love it. So, Darge, it's been great to have you back.
Sir.
I hope you find some more Saturdays free to join us at some point. Say whatever you want to say to all of the people that are here.
Oh no, it's good to be back. I should be about for a little while. But yeah, it's always good coming on here talking with you lot, and it's good, isn't it? This time, it's weird. This time, it's like Christmas, isn't it? Gamers Christmas, like where you start seeing reveals and gameplay and stuff like that, and it has got a bit, since the pandemic, and obviously a lot of these like Ubisoft and that will do their own thing digitally, like on their own, and the whole weekend of E3 sort of flopped. Xbox bought up two massive fucking publishers as well, so they sort of took two conferences away there, but it's still the time of the year that we look forward to, right, to see what's coming out. So yeah, it's good. It's good to be back. Good to see some of you lot in the chat as well, except Dave. And I should be here. I really want to be here next week after to see what Xbox what they show 100%. So yeah, thanks for having me on, and I'll leave it there.
Oh, awesome. Luke.
Yeah, pleasure as always. Great to have Darge back. Long may that continue. Looking forward to the Xbox show. It'll be good. That's it. That's all I've got.
That's fine. Gamzly.
Yeah, no, this was awesome. Like Darge said, gaming Christmas for everybody. Big publishers going next tomorrow. Can't wait to see more games. And community nights, don't forget to hit the like button. That's always important for the channel. Thanks for showing up, guys. And I'm having fun. That's all I got. That's all I got. I love you all. Come hang out Saturdays.
All good. Thank you, everyone, for coming through, as you always do. Should be plenty to talk about next week with the Xbox thing going on. Plenty of games going on. So, yeah, stick around and get in the Discord. We'll see you next time.
Right.